Let's start from the very basics on this. You've told me some before on the phone, but I was gonna, what is it that you're doing now?
I started a website, Winston.
Okay.
I didn't develop the software for it. It's actually a little company called Class Creator.
Okay.
And when I started it back in probably March or April, was it March? It's going to be just for my class, 1965. Nobody found me for the high school reunions. So I thought, well, I'll just, figure out where all these kids are and I'll plan a reunion myself. So after having it started for about probably 4 to 6 weeks, I decided to make it a multi-year site, and that's how it has become 1924 through 2010. It was like opening up a can of worms.
19 what through what?
1924 through the present.
Okay.
I think that was your words in the email was, boy, did you open up a can of
Okay.
worms.
Can of worms, yeah.
And what all, I know you're putting, you're trying to scan in all the yearbooks. What else is on
What the site is, Winston, is that anyone that went to Douglas County High School can go onto the site, find their name, and they can set their own passwords for the website. And then they each have a profile page. And they put their own photos, their own school stories, their life history, whatever they want to put on that page that they want to share with any other classmates.
Okay. Each has a profile page with
Mhm.
photos, information,
Videos,
videos,
anything
they want to share.
that they really want to share with anyone else.
They can make public comments on other classmates' pages.
Yeah, there's an email capability there that you can email any other classmates that are now registered on the site. To date, we probably have, I'm going to guess, a little over 400 classmates that have actually registered on the site. And
It doesn't cost anything to register.
cost absolutely
Okay.
nothing,
No
no.
charge.
Yeah, there is no charge.
And what's the website address?
It's DouglasCountyHighSchool.net. Spell it out.
Douglas County High School .net.
Mm-hmm.
So if a person just types in www.douglascountyhighschool without any spaces in there
Right,
anymore,
uh-huh.
.net, and
Uh-huh.
that'll take them to the site.
Take straight to the home page.
Okay.
And all of the pages of the website are locked. We don't want to share that with just everyone. So a person does have to be registered on the website in order to go visit all the other pages, to visit the classmate profiles, to visit the in-memory page.
There's a page there for faculty and staff.
Yeah, teachers and
Yeah.
staff are also on there.
Okay, some of the features are you have teachers and staff,
Mhm.
in memory, which are people who passed away.
Yeah, old Douglas County link, and different people have sent me old photos, stories, and things like that we're putting on the website. That's been a lot of fun, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Bobby's contributed a
Photos,
lot to that.
stories. Okay.
And there's an announcement board on there for reunions.
Yes.
That's on the homepage.
On the homepage, what's happening now is some of the classes as they are planning their reunions, I can add announcements. In fact, anyone can make an announcement on that homepage. Did y'all know that?
I didn't know any. I thought you had to be actually an active registered member.
You do,
so.
yes. You have to be a registered member, but for instance, if you want to go on there and make an announcement, all you have to do is, there's a link on the left, and it has to come to me for approval first. And what I typically do is just correct some of the English, the punctuation, just clean it up a little bit, depending on who's writing it. And then I can release it. I haven't been able to use any Robert sent yet.
We'll start cleaning it up
Yeah.
for you, Robert.
He graduated from Douglas County.
And I think you also mentioned you're trying to scan all the yearbooks from different.
That's the chore, yes. That's our goal. We're very fortunate that Debbie has, been very fortunate to be able to have a nice collection of old yearbooks. What are they, Debbie, from?
I don't have a 1940, although I did have possession of it for a little while.
Don't have a 1940.
I don't have a 1940, but Miss Sheehan and Miss Mashburn gave me their collection of annuals, so it's complete from beginning in 45 through my senior year, 73. I think that was the last year Miss Sheehan was there.
She was
She went to
used to be
Turner.
superintendent.
Yes. And see, I retired from the school system, so that was my connection with Miss Sheehan. But then when Betty Nolan found out that I had the complete collection, except I was asking Betty what years. I knew 1940 was the first annual, but I didn't know if they had a 41, 42. I just assumed it was on an annual basis, yearly basis. And Betty said, no, not with the war going on. But she said, I have a 42. She said, there was not a 41, not a 43. And I told her, I said, well, I have my mother's 44. So Betty graciously gave me her 42 annual as long as she has visitation rights. So
And she had gone through on that book and marked a D on each of those classmates that had actually deceased already. And that was helpful, to update the in-memory page. We do have a couple of yearbooks that are complete that are on the website. There's a link on the left that is, I think it says DCHS yearbooks. We've got 1942,
42 is on.
and we got 44, and we've got 1966, and we've got all that we had available to us for 1947 and 1948 was just a graduating picture. They didn't have yearbooks then. The 47 class decided they didn't want a yearbook. They wanted to go to Florida instead.
So we actually have. Did you post their picture to Silver Springs?
Yes.
So you did post that.
Yes, those pictures are on there.
So we had their group graduating class plus the picture where they had been to Silver Springs.
So these guys are the ones that's really doing a lot of the work with the scanning and my goodness, Robert, which yearbooks have you scanned already?
62, 61, 60, and
8 and
59. I hadn't got 58 yet. 58's what next.
Which ones you scanned again?
Start with 59, 60, 61, and 62.
Debbie scanned 1940.
I scanned 40.
44 was the
I
first
started.
one.
Yeah, I started with 44. Well, I started with 73 seniors. So 1973 seniors was my first.
Oh, that's
thing.
right. Yes.
And then I stopped with that. I didn't do the faculty nor the remainder of the annual, and started with 44
For your mom's year.
For my mom's year, because she graduated 44, and her entire annual is on cover to cover, even the ads, because
Oh, that's great.
They're so much fun to go back
yeah, I
and look
mean,
and
it's
reminisce.
things you forget about. Well, I mean, it was before our times, but I mean, still, there were businesses
Oh,
that
yeah.
that were there when we were little,
Right.
growing
and the phone
up.
numbers were what were funny because
Yeah,
it would be
Whitehall,
like,
some of them were like
Whitehall.
2496,
Yeah, or Whitehall.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
Bobby started with his class. Bobby graduated in 74. And they have that big reunion coming up. Bobby, when is your reunion?
October 23rd.
23rd and 24th, yes.
And they've now graciously opened that to
To everybody.
everybody who graduated from Douglas County High.
Do you know, has there
class.
been any activity from other classes? And originally, I think it was 74 to 77.
There have been some emails out that a few people
Yeah.
from other classes are.
Good.
Well, Arbor Hembry
Good.
is, I know she's class of
Yeah,
71. And
she's coming.
Yeah, they got a
coming.
lot of 72
Yeah.
and, yeah.
That's what's so funny is when, when I was little and like the colonial stores was where everybody went to get groceries, I was madly in love with all of these guys. Now you see them and they're old. I should say that in your video.
And I'm getting this on tape too.
Now,
I'm getting it.